Hi, welcome back again. If we have to highlight the value of doctors in our life, we can't because it's immense. To express our gratitude and to perceive the dedication and commitment of the doctors towards our society, Doctors' Day is celebrated. To connect history, the National Doctors' Day was established by the government in 1991 to be recognized and celebrated every year on 1st of July, that is, on the birth and that anniversary of the most famous physician of India, Dr. V.C. Roy. Today, to mark the contribution of doctors to every individual lives, we pay tribute to all doctors in advance. So, in our talk today, we are celebrating National Doctors' Day with doctors that we met randomly. Interviewing with them is Kakchingtabam Ritesh Sharma.
All India Radio is celebrating National Doctors' Day. We are lucky that we are able to interact with one of the doctor who is working in RIMS. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, thank you for giving me such an opportunity to speak about myself. My name is Hekam Kennedy. I am working as senior resident in Department of Anesthesiology RIMS right now.
You must be with this profession for quite a while. So, doctor as a profession and what are the challenges that you face? Could you just share with our listeners?
Being a doctor, we face a lot of challenges. Actually, I work in OT, Operation Theatre. So every day we are facing challenges such as when we are not able to save a patient in emergency OT. But relative of the patient, they were expecting the well-being of the patient. But sometimes we are not able to save the patient when they are brought in very serious condition, critical condition, I mean. Sometimes the patient party, the relative of the patient, they cannot understand the condition of the doctor, means situation of the patient and the condition of the patient. They just want the safety of the patient, means to save the patient, but it's not possible sometimes. We cannot give that expectation, fulfill their expectation. In that situation, we face lots of problems. They may even beat up the doctor and they may even create more problem. They may call the media and all. So they are giving this kind of problem sometimes. You may be hearing from the news, Facebook.
What do you want to say to those people you cannot save? Because you are not God. So what do you want to suggest?
There is some miscommunication gap between the relative of the patient and the doctor. Some of the patient party, they are well educated. They Google about the diagnosis of the disease, about the diagnosis and the treatment given here, and they were expecting treatment which were given in the US or UK. Okay. In Google, in internet, the treatment given there is in that way. But not our setup, and the setup outside there in foreign countries is very much different. So they should understand the thing. The healthcare provided right here and the healthcare provided out there in the foreign countries, US, whatever it is. I want to say that there is some difference. I just wish they understand the thing and they try to communicate with the doctor properly.
That's a well thought, meaningful opinion that you have given. I hope, I wish that you have a bright future ahead in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jimmy. I'm a senior resident in the Department of Medicine, RIMS.
National Doctors' Day. It's an important day for doctors. Doctors, they are like the hand of God. To respect doctors, it's been celebrated, and there are lots of things in the media challenging the so-called doctor as a profession. So what do you think about this?
Well, there are 3 points I want to make regarding this. I think we doctors are very soft target for the public angst because it's either the family members get sick and they die, it's because they get serious and they think that we doctors are not doing enough. But then, see, first of all, from our doctor point of view, I think the public should understand that we are not God. And I think the basic thing boils down to the fact that the first and foremost thing is it's about the communication between the doctor and the patient party, first hand. And then there are times when we doctors don't get enough sleep, or maybe we had a fight with our wife or our family. We come in a bad mood. It's because of the excess duty, given the fact that there are not enough doctors with respect to the public and the doctor ratio. And so there are times when we turn out to be a little rude to the patient party. And so I think this is one basic and the most important reason why there's always a misunderstanding and a fight arise. So I think the public should understand that we also are human beings, and then it's not always that we are polite. There are times when our days turns out bad, and so I think there should be a little more understanding. This is a request from us doctors to the public to be understanding towards us as much as they expect us to be understanding towards them. Yeah. And second thing, also have to do about us doctors, is that we doctors over time has lost respect from the public, and I think this has to do with medical ethics. When we talk about ethics, we talk about the right way to treat a patient, our professional ethics. Every profession has their own ethic, and I think we health professionals also have an ethic. I'm not saying that all the doctors are bad, but then maybe 5 to 10% out of 100%, we tend to get a little overzealous when it comes to earning. We tend to forget the basic fact that we are here to help the public and heal. So it's those little few apples that spoil the entire basket. I think we have to regain the trust, we have to regain the respect in the society, and I think first and foremost, we have to focus on the fact that we are doctors, we're here to help, and money making and other secondary publicity is a secondary thing, and then that should not be our primary goal. I think that's something that we doctors should introspect. And thirdly, I think it has to do with the public. The public need to understand us doctors. When we come to work, we doctors need a safe environment to work. A person can make best decisions when he's in a safe environment where he's free to make decisions. So if you want the medical environment and the faculty to improve in Manipur, as much as we try to get our degree by studying, the public also need to support us. And they should know out of 100%, even if 1%, something happens to 1%, it's a part of life. It happens. It must be unlucky, must be something, but 100% result is not always possible, right? There is always pros and cons, risk in everything that we do. Everything that we do is with risk. You should understand that. We can't deliver 100% every time. That's the only understanding that we request of the public, to give us a safe environment, or a safe environment to work. I think most of the problem will be solved. So I don't think it's just one-sided, the public is wrong or the doctor is wrong. It's a wholesome thing.
You have highlighted the main thing, the gap between the public and the doctors, and I hope the difference between the doctors and the patient party, or whoever is there in doctors to treat, will understand the fact that doctors are also human, and to err is human and to forgive is divine. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Kamal. I'm a student of second year postgraduate of the Department of Anesthesiology from the RIMS, that is Regional Institute of Medical Science, IMPHAL, Manipur.
Doctor's Day is just around the corner. Being a doctor, what are the things that you face in this profession, and what are the things that you think should be changed to change the perception about what the people think about doctors?
It's one of the most challenging profession ever evolved in human mankind, I guess, because comparing to any kind of profession that exists in the world today, where are people who deal with life and death. Once you enter a hospital, the ultimate solution is either you go out very healthy, or either you go out as a dead person. And we are just a human being. We just try our best according to our research protocol, which have been proven by the scientific board, that what are the steps to be taken as a human being, as per our intellectuals, as per our potentials to save the life of a patient. But there are issues, there are challenges in life, there are times and scenarios where we feel helpless, emotional, and we feel that we couldn't do anything other than looking up to the sky and ask for mercy. Those are the challenges. There are situations where people don't understand, where people get hyper emotional because of their loss of their dear ones. We do understand none of the doctors are happy when a person or when a patient lost their life. But situations arises due to misunderstanding, which lead to so much of violence and so much of bias against the concept being portrayed as doctor as in the face of the public as a role of a bad doctor or a bad human being. It's not true. As a doctor, I will never agree to that. We all try our best. Whenever a patient arrives to the hospital, arrives to the casualty, arrives to the emergency department, we try every doctor who is spending day and night without sleeping, irrespective of whether they had food or not, they had dinner or breakfast, but they are trying their best to maintain their duty, integrity, so that majority of the patients are safe, treated properly, so that they can go home happily and smiling. And situations arise that we feel helpless because there are time and conditions where we can't do anything. There are instances where the infrastructures are lacking. Because of that, junior doctors are being blamed, being attacked brutally, because of the lack of facilities, infrastructures, then systems, which has to be updated with the modern scenarios. Well, like those are adopted in the developed countries. And the problem among the people or public is that they don't know where to put their frustration into. And there's not a proper forum who can understand medical world and who can understand the issues, what are the main factors leading to so much of violence. And being a doctor, I would ask the public and the people of Manipur is that form a forum, ask the systems, ask the concerned authority, what is to be done, why people are dying, why should people come to IMPHAL from long distance like border area from More just for 1 unit of blood. There are instances where a normal delivery female has to travel from More to IMPHAL just for the sake of delivery because there is no blood bank in Moreh. Why there has been no emergency critical care unit in all district hospital where many of the life can be saved, where the first aid is the main concern, main priority, and where it can be given so that many of the patients who have lost life during the transportation to RIMS or JNIMS, which could be saved in many ways. But sadly, being very regretful of those public frustrations, there is no forum and no one is questioning why, how, what is a failure. Other than that, people are just attacking the junior doctor out of their frustration, of their emotion. But reality is, no one is trying to solve the reality. Reality is the lack of system, lack in infrastructure, lack of the updation of the existing health system.
Really appreciate your opinion on that, and we understand the plight that you face every day. And we hope and wish that things get improved and you don't have to be blamed for whatever bad incidents that occurs in hospital. Thank you so much for the opinion.
Thank you so much. Hope so.
A brief introduction about yourself.
I am Dr. Soman. I'm working as a senior resident in Department of Obstetric and Gynecology. Yeah, RIMS.
It's a good opportunity for me to interact with you since the National Doctor Day is on 1st of July and the basic theme is to end violence against doctors. How the journey has been as a doctor, what are the challenges that you find with respect to this profession?
Especially me being a gynecologist, we faces lots of challenges. And most of time, whatever violence against doctors, against the hospital, it happens most of the time in gynae patients, especially maternity cases. Many a times it's been, we don't have any time limit, fixed hour, we have to work for this much hour. Anytime emergency comes up, and we have to attend that. And many a times we saved lots of mother and babies. Without our intervention, they could have led to severe either death or severe morbidity to the mother or child. Only few least people appreciated our work. If something out of major complications, in spite of best effort, they died also, then problem started. Overall, it's a very complex issue. People have become intolerant. So it's not about only in doctors also, but every time, everywhere, in every sphere of life. I think maybe due to changing times. But the thing is, at least, for example, if accident happen and patient comes in emergency and accident was due to faulty in the road, maybe drunk driving or many other thing, they just come and in severe condition, patient died and they start beating the doctor and vandalizing the hospital. This is also not right. I think everyone, we all need to introspect so many things.
Okay, what should be done to improve the gap between the public and the doctor?
First of all, what we can do as a doctor, and improving patient-doctor relationship, it's not only depends on the doctors also. For example, if I have to see 100 patients in 2-3 hours OPD time, obviously I may not give time. If 2-3 doctors are given and if facilities are given, then I can see the patient nicely. If I keep on giving that 10-15 minutes to every patient, then when will I do other work like operation, this thing, that thing? So that is also one thing. In spite of that, okay, if serious cases, okay, we give more time than the usual other patients. So as a doctor, you should be nice, you should be polite, and you should be receptive to the patient. You should be keen listener to the patient, and you should make a standard judgment, standard test, or standard clinical diagnosis based on evidence, not like hearsay or okay, last time I did like that. It should be evidence based, and we should not do unnecessary operations. We should not send unnecessary tests which have become a financial burden to the patient, and we should be a good human being. Then only patient and doctor relationship will improve.
What would you suggest to the young doctor who is likely to face such kind of situation?
You should never talk rough or behave rough, and it is not right. Being a doctor, focus in your area, focus on the treatment. Maximum you try as best as you can and at the best of your knowledge. Be sympathetic, be nice with the patient party, explain the conditions. If you want to become a good doctor, first you become a good human being, and you should be very good at heart.
So it was brief but a valuable interaction, I would say. Thank you so much for the time, and I wish and pray that you do well in whatever things that you do.
Thank you so much.
Well, you just listened to our talk celebrating National Doctors Day with doctors that we met randomly. For now, we have to part ways for today. We will be back again next week with an interesting topic. Until then, take care.